Um, Good evening and welcome back to the One Celtic Fans View this evening. Yes, it's happened. It's a shock. We've signed an outfield player, and it's no shock really. We're going to jump on to some of the Celtic social medias just to get some of the responses, because let's face it, it was a bit dragged out, wasn't it? Kilmarnock are getting beat. Hey, there's a surprise. Kilmarnock are getting beat in Europe. Don't you just love Scottish football at this time of year? Before we talk about Celtic, we need to talk about Kilmarnock because we play Kilmarnock this weekend. Don't you just love Scottish football at this time of year? They do all their best all season to make sure that they finish in the top six, and then they go out for their one little trip in July, first week in August. Kilmarnock are getting beat in Europe. I don't know why we even bother with some of the other teams in Europe, because it's just an embarrassment. Anyway, other teams will say, yeah, Celtic's an embarrassment in Europe. We never win, man. You shut it about Kelly. Anyway, good evening and welcome back to the channel. Paulo Bernardo is in the building. Yes, Paulo Bernardo is in the building. Let's jump over to the lands of Twitter and get the Twitterati's view. Before we go into the comment section, get the Twitterati's view. 31 minutes again. Bernardo is back. And Celtic do this wrong all the time. They put a little flag, right? Portuguese flag. They should put it out an hour before. But they put it out 3 minutes before. I don't know who runs Celtic social media, but they've no idea about marketing and social media. And then they put the first ever interview of Paulo Bernardo. Get the full exclusive on Celtic TV. Where is the manager? Where's Brendan? That's who we want to hear from. Paulo Bernardo is back for good. Joined Celtic FC on a 5-year deal subject to international clearance. Welcome home, Paulo. Hashtag Celtic FC. And there's currently 300 and odd comments. Let's jump into the comments section. Celtic have signed another midfield player. Yes, actually feels like he signed 5 years ago. Welcome back to paradise. For the Forth Road Bridge gets painted quicker. Says Edinburgh Boy, 1888. The Forth Road Bridge gets quicker than a Paulo Bernardo deal at Celtic. What's surprisingly quick? Good news. Welcome back, Paulo. Sexy man. Do the same post, but either, says the next one. Announce Bernardo. Welcome. And then, fucking yes, Celtic. The next one. Source. You can see the sarcasm just ripping out the Celtic fans when it's coming to the Celtic social media. And the Celtic fans are just replying with pure sarcasm. And you've got to love a bit of Scottish sarcasm. Anyway. Okay, now we're a bit closer to being as strong as we were last season, which was just about as strong to finish ahead of the Shite Rangers team. Still 80 million in the bank, though. Do we care? We don't care. Announce Ida, says the next one. And the next one says, yeah, okay, that's cool and all. But when does the new season kick off? And when can we purchase a new away top? Did they bike it off? Did they get a bike from Portugal? Did they cycle? It's only the tip of the iceberg, Celtic FC. We need a few more signings, to be quite frank. I do expect your admin to be a bit more busier on several more signings. This isn't asking a lot. So continue to post more regarding incomings. We are watching, says Paddy54. And somebody's sent Paulo on his travels. That's a crack of that out. And there's Brendan Rodgers with a bag of cans. That's quite a good picture, that one, of Brendan Rodgers and a bag of cans. Might have to borrow that one. It's Magners as well. It is Magners. It's quite good. Dale, I'm about to borrow your post wherever you got it from. If you made it yourself, fine job. Fine job. And the next statement, welcome back. You sucked the life out of us on this one, Celtic. Good stuff. Now, announce a shock release and now, says Stephen. And we should have signed an outfield player. Don't sleep at the wheel. Is did you want a fucking medal? Matthew says, do you want an effing medal for dragging this out? Resign. Someone who was here last term. Resign someone who was here last term. You spelled that wrong, mate. Resign someone who was here last term. Strengthen the team. Just don't remain standing still. Don't fall asleep at the wheel. You've missed the feel-good window on this. And Ida's a long, long way. We've missed that in Ida announcement. Same players don't get the full interaction now. The whole thing hinges on a left back and centre-half signings now, says Rab. Peter Lawwell and Junior out. Well, Junior has left the building. It only takes months and months. Aye, well done, Peter. Bit part player unless penciled in to place McGregor, and that's not going to happen. Get some decent additions in as soon as possible, says Jack. Peter Finlay in his checkbook. Excellent, Celtic. Keep it coming. Great news. Thoughts and prayers are with the Howlers, says that one. And there's a couple of cheeky ones. We can't put them on public airing. And the last one goes to, should have confirmed at the start of the window. So glad we haggled over £500,000 and a $5,000 a week wage. All that money in the bank, and we act like we're skint. Atrocious. We've still got to get a left back, a left midfield, a left centre back, a centre midfield, a right winger, and a couple of centre forwards, just for the starting 11. Delighted he's back, but barely played in the running. Took us 2 months to get him when he was reportedly desperate to come back. A puzzling transfer window again, says Sam Rogic. That is your evening news. Paulo Bernardo is back. Let's jump on to here. Who's been sold tomorrow? Paul Baird. Paul Baird is in the building. Paul Baird is our newest member of the membership. We're up to 14 now, which is well within the parameters of what you would expect in your first month with the membership. So I'm over the moon with that. Don't care what Emily says. But Carly says yes. Tam Mack says hail hail. Ian Fleming says about time. Howdy Baz. And Des says maybe it's the same port as where the Portuguese. Maybe it's the same port as where it comes to Portuguese transfer. Yeah. Portugal Express says, hi guys, but good news at last. Is it good news? Well, it is good news. We've got a player in, but we're not any stronger. As we start the league this weekend, we are not stronger than we were last season. Even Baz happy with the deal, but should have been wrapped up 6 weeks ago. The board's a joke, pal. Yes, Craig, they are a joke. I think I've went on it enough about it, but we need to start looking at the positives now. We need to start looking at the positives because we've got a game on Sunday. We have a game on Sunday. We've won the league again. Fly the flag. Scarves, hats, banners, green and white hoops, as they fly them high in the sky and they sing their song. Walk on, walk on. I'm not singing it because I'll get demonetized. Anyway, Paul Baird says hail hail. Dancer Bernardo says Carly. Gareth Williams says hail hail from Bedfordshire. Hail hail Joseph. Jamesy Boy's in the house. Even Tim's. Great news. It is great news. George is in the house. Even Baz and all the Celtic fans. Hail hail. Evan Sean says just in time for his testimonial. I've seen that on Facebook as well. Just in time for his testimonial. Yes, it will be his testimonial the time that he comes in. It's been that long. But all seriousness, yes, Evan Sean, it is a good piece of business. We've got a player in that you've got to remember. Give Paulo his due, right? Second half of the Scottish Cup final, we weren't looking too clever. Let's be honest. We weren't looking too clever. We dominated the first half of the Scottish Cup final. Absolutely dominated the first half. The second half came out, and as you would expect, they come in with a bit of fire. And Paulo Bernardo gets brought on as a substitute through the second half. Takes on a couple of players in midfield. Takes a screamer of a shot from outside the box. Jack, the boy Butland, bounces the ball off his hands and into the arms, right into the walking path of Adam Ida, who fires the ball into the back of the net. And if it wasn't for Paulo Bernardo running that show in midfield, we would not be double champions. So give a lot of respect to Paulo. It's a fantastic player. I'm glad we've got him back in. Glad we've got him on a 5-year deal. It means he'll be sold in 2 years. Woohoo! For probably around about 15 million. And Benfica will get around about 30%. Yeah, great deal. Way. 23, Bernardo is still a lot to come from. Welcome back, Paulo, says Paul. James Boy says, better late than never, I guess. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, move on. Gemma, one of our fabulous members, says 5-year deal. Great news. That's great. We have an extra sub. I love the sarcasm with the Paulo Bernardo deal. Celtic have totally milked it for all they can, can't they? Hoopy's in the house, Frank Burner's in the house, about time. Yeah, it came as a shock. I'm going to jump onto Facebook, and we're going to jump onto Facebook and see exactly what people on Facebook are saying, because Instagram was just as funny. In fact, Instagram was probably funnier, because people seem to be a bit more sarcastic on Instagram. But we're going to jump onto the Facebook and see what people are saying on Facebook. Welcome home, Paulo. Paulo had a real desire. Oh, fuck off, Celtic. Oh my God. You cannot give this club a brass neck with a blowtorch. You couldn't take them down Govan Shipyard and give them a brass neck with a fucking hot rod. Honestly, Paulo had a real desire to join us permanently. Having had a great experience already at Celtic, and from our side, we wanted to bring in a quality player who has already made such an important contribution to the club. Brendan Rodgers on Paulo Bernardo. Fuck off. Oh my God. Seriously, Brendan did not say that. Some pen pusher. Fucking Celtic are delighted to announce that Paulo Bernardo has returned to paradise and the signing of the club from Benfica on a 5-year deal. Blah, blah, blah. The Portuguese midfield player enjoyed a successful season on loan at Celtic last year, making a total of 33 appearances for the Hoops and helping Brendan Rodgers' side to the League and Scottish Cup double. He scored 4 goals, including the stunning strike in the 2-1 Glasgow Derby win at the end of December. He also played a pivotal role in the Scottish Cup final victory at Hampden, driving forward from midfield in the last minute of the game to unleash a shot from the edge of the box, which Adam Ida slotted home the rebound. Paulo will join up with his teammates at Lennoxtown today as Brendan Rodgers' side continue their preparations for the start of the new Premiership season this Sunday against Kilmarnock at Celtic Park. Speaking to Celtic TV, Paulo Bernardo said, "It's amazing for me. It's been such a shock. It's been amazing for me. It's a big step in my career. I really enjoyed last season when we won the championship and the cup. So it was a great one for me to win my first titles in my career also," says Paulo Bernardo. "I love the club. I love the fans. I love the city. Too, it's very, very nice to be here again. The weather's pish and it rains a lot, but it's okay. I'm going to get sold in 2 years and I'm going to get a 50 grand a week pay rise. I love the atmosphere at Celtic Park and the away games. Celtic is a big, big club. The fans feed us in the game so we can score more goals or win the game in the last minute." Paulo Bernardo signed a 5-year deal with Celtic. They show that they love the club and they think it really likes me too. I love them. I trained this pre-season with Benfica, so I am fit. I did my own work at home to be even fitter. I am ready. I want to become champions again. Champions again. Champions again. Ole, ole. And I think that we can do that, and I'm very excited to be here, says Paulo Bernardo. Brendan Rodgers, the Celtic manager, said, "I am delighted we have secured Paulo Bernardo on this long-term contract. Paulo had a real desire to join us permanently, having had a great experience already at Celtic." This is on Facebook, by the way. Blah, blah, blah. "Paulo made a great impact at real pivotal moments, delivering us when he needed. He's been a popular figure in the dressing room, and he knows the rest of the players will welcome him back warmly." says Brendan Rodgers. Let's dive into the comments and see what the comments say on Facebook. This will be an absolute giggle. Thomas Mitchell says, I'm happy. I'm happy at this signing. He's a good signing. But where are the rest of the signings? We've had 2 keepers in. We need more firepower up front. So I can't be the only one who's getting a tad annoyed and frustrated at the lack of movement so far in this window, says Thomas Mitchell. Oliver says, now we need a striker. Adam, we really need him for the season. Hail, hail. Great technique. We just need to get going this year. Delighted. He's one that's only going to get better, says Scott. Matt says, this is one of the longest transfers ever. Will he be ready for his testimonial next year? Quite a few going down the testimonial route with the sarcasm. Sean says, the longest medical. Glad to have him back, though. Great signing. We'll only get better this season, says Andy. David then says, he'll play a lot more next season. He'll finally get, now that he's finally signed. Looks a great prospect. Captain in Portugal under-21 team. Maybe the 4 million guys know the club. And maybe the add-ons, the sell-ons, whatever, but he's got the opportunity to further his career. And that's the way we work. Fans are going ballistic about spending money. It's about getting the right players. Jenny, do you want a biscuit? The fucking fireworks. Barkas, Ajetin, Rocky, Lagerbelke, all millions wasted. Great signing. We need a striker next. And the comments are pretty much all about the same. Here's hoping for another 3 quality signings and holding on to our best players, says Brian. And I think that is probably how a lot of the Celtic fans are feeling this evening. It is about time that we got one deal done. And yeah, interesting. But my question is, today was the day that they do the press conferences. It was the day that we do the press conferences for the game at the weekend. We always do them on a Thursday. And Kasper Schmeichel was rolled out. Kasper Schmeichel was rolled out to do the press conference. Where was Brendan Rodgers? Why didn't Brendan Rodgers? We have to look into what's actually happening, Celtic fans. Let's not get carried away with the hurrah of bringing in a player that was here last season. Celtic haven't put out the Brendan Rodgers press conference as yet. It doesn't look like Brendan Rodgers did a press conference this afternoon. Everything's now about Brendan reacts. Yeah, it's all stuff that Celtic have put out. So it doesn't look like Brendan Rodgers did a press conference this afternoon. That is unheard of. I know that he did one yesterday, but usually, unless he's doing one tomorrow, but he never does one on a Friday. He never does one on a Friday. He never does one on a Friday. They never do them on a Friday. It's always a Thursday so that they can make the Friday papers, the Friday headlines, and then the Saturday morning. It'll be interesting to see if Brendan does do another interview tomorrow for the first game of the season. But it was quite disappointing. And it still goes, I still go to say, I think there is, I think there's tension in the background. Not many other people will say it, but it's just a hunch. It's just a hunch that I've got. You get a feeling sometimes, and I think there is a bit of tension in the background. The fact that we start the league this weekend and we sign a player, we knew on Tuesday that he'd passed his medical. Why has it took them to Thursday evening to announce it? Is it playing the media or is it playing the fans? That's the question. Are Celtic playing the media or are Celtic playing the fans? And I think that a lot of people will say they're playing both. They're playing the media to try and get headlines, but they're playing the fans and they're treating the fans with complete contempt. So let's jump into the comment section. We can't sell O'Reilly or Hatate, says Pat Maguire. Just jumping through some of the comments on the channel. I'll jump right to the end. Lanky says, what's the odds on he's taking Ida and Bueno to get them sorted for next week? Nah, not a chance. Bueno is not coming to Celtic. They don't want to let him go at all. I don't think that deal will happen. They don't want him to let him go out on loan, and Celtic are making no offers to try and buy him. Brendan Rodgers in the boardroom having a fight with the board. That wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me. I do think, personally, it's just my own opinion, but sometimes you get a little hunch. And when you look at the body language of Brendan over the summer and the fact that he name-checked the board, Nicholson and the finance guy, and then Celtic always put out, it's like Celtic work like clockwork, right? When they put out the player interview first, and then about an hour and a half later, they put out a Brendan Rodgers interview. Before every game, every weekend. It's like clockwork. Every Thursday is like clockwork. I should know, because I watch it every Thursday. I see it happening every Thursday. So, where is Brendan today? And I think Brendan didn't want to do any press conferences because he knows. The first question, we hadn't announced Paulo Bernardo yet. The first question he's going to get is, I thought you said yesterday you were signing Paulo Bernardo, and you said it would be a couple of hours. I think there's tension going on in the background. Anyway, Casper's press conference was pretty good. Yeah, John, it was pretty good. And it was everything that you would expect him to say. And Brendan Rodgers put him in the press conference because he knows he's got that experience to deal with the press. And he's his trusted lieutenant, if you like, after Callum McGregor. Callum McGregor did his bit yesterday with the press. And maybe you're right. Maybe there is going to be another press conference goes out tomorrow. But it's just a bit strange, considering they were at Hampden and they were on the shores of the Clyde, weren't they? Yesterday with the trophy. I just think it is a bit strange. Craig Mitchell, welcome to the channel. We have our 15th, I believe, 15th member of the One Celtic Fans View. And once you've been a member for a month, see how Craig is all lit up in green there. All your comments, once you've been there a month, all your comments will be lit up like that, I'm led to believe. So YouTube says. We'll wait and see in a month. And in fact, it will be in about 2 weeks' time. We should start seeing that happening. Anyway, thank you for joining the channel, Craig. Big shout out to Craig. 15th member, I think. I'll just double check. Here's 15th member, which is fantastic because YouTube said when you first start your first month, you should be in the sort of 12. 15th member. Between 12 and 18 for your first month. So we're well within the parameters. And we thank you for the support and ongoing support for the channel, which is absolutely fantastic. And Paul Baird also joined the channel this afternoon. So thank you to both of them. Anyway, Ida and another good quality left back and a centre back as minimum. Guaranteed we will not get a centre back. Rosalind says hi Baz, hail. Carly says Ida is on his way. I don't think so. I can't see Celtic. If Celtic pull it out the bag, if they pull Adam Ida out the bag this weekend to get him up for Flag Day, I think fair play to them. But I think there will still be a little bit of an atmosphere. Celtic will bring out these. Celtic are very clever. They want to use Flag Day to get as much attention as possible. They'll raise the flag. Lowell might stand in the stands and go, "Fuck, I'm not going out there. I'll get booed like Fergus McCann." He'll sit up there and half time we'll wheel out Paulo Bernardo as a new signing. We'll wheel out Paulo Bernardo because I don't think Paulo Bernardo will start. He should really. He should be on the bench. I mean, Paulo Bernardo will be on the bench. Surely he has to walk straight back into the bench because our bench is absolutely shocking. Let's face it, our bench is absolutely shocking. Baz Scottish football. That's talking about Scottish football. Gordon says, Ada, we've done that one. Hoopy67 says, guarantee, we don't look at Celtic. Rosalind, we've done that one. Carly says, Adam's on his way back. John Mullen says, welcome, Craig. Craig says, an absolute pleasure. Baz, thank you for that, man. It's much appreciated, honestly. I want to build a nice little community on this channel, and I think that we seem to be doing that. I think that we do seem to be doing that. Breaking news, third get is orange in honour of Armagh. And those fighting men. Those famous fighting men from Armagh. John says, do you think we'll shut off the point to stop the pressure on either? Do you think that you think the shut off point to stop the pressure on either will be? I think that if Celtic were of any negotiation skills whatsoever, as soon as they knew that Adam Ida did not travel to Norwich, you would get on the phone to Norwich and say, right, what's your price? And they're going to go 8-9 million. So, there's rumours that they're saying 11 million. Adam Ida's not an 11 million pound player. But then again, Matt O'Reilly wasn't an 18 million pound player this time last season. I think that if they had any balls about them, they would jump on the phone and they would offer them 6 million for Adam Ida. As simple as that. If Celtic really want him, and you know what Celtic are like, they've went in with 3 million, 4 million, they went in with 3.5 million and went, that's all he's worth. And they're like, well, no, he's not, because he's on a 4-year contract. He's not worth 3 million, he's on a 4-year contract. And this is what we value him at. But I think there is a lot of infighting going on in the background at Celtic Park, and it comes down to, and I think it is still the hangover from Mark Lawwell being in the building. And that is my own personal thoughts. I think that we're still dealing with the hangover of Mark Lawwell's inability to do things in a correct manner. One, getting Adam Ida on an obligation or an option to buy. And that was, for me, that was the nail in the coffin for his Celtic career, and it was, because he left just months later, him and his sidekick. Anyway, Carlos says it was Celtic that told Ida not to travel. I can't believe that for a minute. Lanky says, I've said these will be the players that joins McKenna, Bueno, Tessman and Kidsford Will we go back for Kidsford? Remember, we were short of 450,000 for him last summer. Will Celtic go back? We paid 5 million for Albion Ajeti. Yes, we did. We did that. McKenna is training with Aberdeen today. Was spotted. Definitely don't care. He's not any better than Scales. Yep, I don't think. If he's training with Aberdeen are going to offer him a contract. I don't think that he's that thinking about money now, so he just wants to get back playing, and he'll probably end up back at Aberdeen. 6 million plus add-ons up to 6.5 million might be enough to make Adam Ida signing happen, says Mark. Where did they get the figures from? Must be well worth over 100 million. Yep. Will Celtic leave Ida out in the dry if Norwich up their asking price? Yes. I think Celtic will walk away for the deal. There has to be a point where Brendan Rodgers says, look, we have to get bodies in. We're starting the weekend's game with one recognised striker. Starting the game with one recognised striker. We'll just see what the Kilmarnock score is, because it could have an implication on the way that they play against us. Kilmarnock are getting beat. They're getting beat 1-0. They must have drew the first game. They must have drew the first game 1-1. They're getting beat 2-1 on aggregate. So, Kilmarnock will be out the Europa League at the first chance of asking. Oh dear. Doesn't it make you proud to be Scottish. Fucking shite being Scottish. Fucking shite being Scottish. Oh, we're monopolised by wankers. Oh, that's me. Train spotting, just in case you didn't know. Right, let me see what the Celtic headlines are about there this evening. We've been on the go for 29 minutes. Big zero, Garrett. Tarmac says, Baz, who's showing the Kelly game? I've no idea. I just went on to... you'll get it on Kelly TV. Let me just check. 2 seconds, that'll go into my trusted Fire Stick. No, I won't, because I've just fucking fucked it, haven't I? And I don't know, has Kelly got a Kelly TV? Do they have their own television station? Has to be better than Celtic TV. Is there anybody with a full set of teeth in Kelly TV? Oh, Jesus. Mind that programme that was on about Kilmarnock years ago? The guys with their missing teeth. You're fucking brilliant, that, no, and fucking country all became superstars. Thank God social media wasn't what it is today, yeah. Because they'd be even bigger superstars. No, I just went on to Google. I'm just waiting on this Fire Stick updating because I fucking pressed reboot. I just went on to Google, typed in Kilmarnock FC, and it says half time. But once this Fire Stick starts back up, I'll see if it's on for you. Celtic headlines that are kicking about. Paulo Bernardo confirmed. Paulo Bernardo confirmed the signing of Portuguese Stars 5-year deal. Paulo Bernardo returns. Celtic is a hoop confirmed 5-year deal, says STVD. Benfica send classy goodbye to new signing Celtic. Paulo Bernardo, that'll be on Instagram, so let me check that out. And they put a little video montage of Paulo Bernardo, mostly in training in B team games. That's nice. Some of the touches he's got is good, but hopefully he can get that form for Celtic. I mean, he is the Portuguese under-21 captain. But yeah, Benfica have put up a montage of him playing in B games because he never played in the first team. But if we can get him to go on and produce the magic of many Portuguese superstars, then we could have a good player on our hands. Anyway, it's been a bit of a quieter night tonight. Keith Robertson says, selfish Tims, as sometimes, look at the bigger picture. Kyogo is magic, and so is Forrest. Their team is well sorted for the Huns. Get right Kyogo and the wee man to run his socks off. Yeah, Keith. I'm loving the sarcasm for Celtic fans tonight, honestly. It's absolutely fantastic. Oh my God. Brown Warrior says, I thought Dyson was outstanding against Yokohama. I like him more in the middle. St. Mirren game's not too bad. I don't even know when they're playing. Japanese duo business this season, says John. Well, here is hoping. Right, that is it for this evening. I'm only doing a half-hour turn tonight. We have been on for 32 minutes. There we go, the Fire Stick's updated. Just joined, Baz, says Sean. Wouldn't be captain of Portugal until 21 if there wasn't a player yet. Exactly. Anyone in mind for captain? Irish accent. Paul says the Sheep would accept Johnston and 3 million. No, they wouldn't. St. Mirren are 1-0 up. Lorna's in the house. Sorry, Baz. I thought it was 8 p.m. start rather than so I'm late. Yeah, I know. I started early. I did start early. And watch this. Everyone is going to jump on now because I'm going to have to stay on, aren't I? It's fucking boiling. It is boiling. Right, wait till I get the Scottish football channels. Get not acceptable, Lorna. I know, you should be checking your notifications. There has been 1,172 people on the live so far. Don't worry, Lorna. Baz just starts when he likes. Yeah, I know. Well, I've told you. Ah, no. On you go, Baz. Yeah, I just need. I see the people have dived off now because I said that was it. No, I'm not going. I'm going to stay on. We're going to stay on. I've been busy cleaning, Uncle Stuart. There you go. There you go. Right, I'm going to try and get the Scottish sport channels. Da, 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 da. Oh, that's the Scottish sport channels. SPFL teams on it. And there we go. We have that. I'm staying on. I'm nowhere else to go. Stay on, Baz. You're doing fuck all else. The wife's on holiday. She's back on Saturday, so fucking please all staying here and just like doing this. And she's away the night again. What is this? She was away in Edinburgh yesterday or today. Sent me pictures of fucking the extortionate prices of cocktails in Edinburgh. Jesus God, man. How can you afford to go out back home? Nobody must go out back home. Come on, like TV. Right, there we go. Um, Scottish teams. There we go. That's a bit of a laugh. Kilmarnock FC. God, it's not a watch along with Kilmarnock. Nah, it's not happening. Oh, there it is. There we go. That's the St Mirren game. Ah, well, that'll do. St Mirren are winning. Up the Saints. Up the Saints. Old Scotsman and Tenerife will be happy with that scoreline. Kev will be over the moon. Oof, oof. Go yourself, St Mirren. St Mirren just had a cracking shot out of the bar. Go on yourself. I need to text them. Wait 2 seconds. Where's WhatsApp? WhatsApp. I need to text Kev. Uh, do, 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 do. Where is he? Ah. Just texting a YouTuber with like 70 odd thousand that pretends he's a Liverpool fan and a St Mirren fan. That's all I'm saying. When the rest of his family are all Tims. He'll hate me for saying that. Anyway, who's showing the game? St Mirren have been really good, to be fair. St Mirren, I've just seen the shot that St Mirren had, and it was a cracking shot just over the bar. St Mirren are winning 1-0 in Europe. Kilmarnock are getting beat. Wouldn't it be absolutely hilarious if St Mirren went through? It must have been 0-0 the first game. It would have been fantastic if St Mirren go through and Derek McInnes and Kilmarnock get put out. I told Cameron Carter today my dog was going to be his new deaf partner. Just don't tell Scales. Oh, Jesus God. What's wrong with people? Um, what's in your blood alcohol level this week, Baz? 0. I had my first pint tonight. When I went to pick up some food in town. So I'm going to nip in and get some food. And I had 1 pint. That's all I've had all week. Been having a healthy week, actually. Really health kick week. Plus, I'm going to drink at the weekend. Into St. Mirren says Carly. Down to farmers digging ditches with machinery. That's 23, 25 over here, Baz. All the women's pink and white, peely flesh all this week. Yeah, the Missy said it's been. There's. Why is it just stopped? Is it half time? Never noticed. Why is the Commander game stopped? Oh, fuck off. What is the fucking need for that? Did you hear that bang? Come here. Hey, Jenny. Come here. Come. I know. I know. Jesus. Anyway, it looks like pickled smoking weed. What? Garrett says, I'll get my spade out. What are you talking about? Anyway, right. Come here. Come. Jenny, one biscuit. What's this? Right. Sit. Jesus God. Fireworks. Anyway, right. I'm trying to get back on this laptop. The Doug's gone mental because Spanish just let off fireworks for no apparent reason. Right, what is the Kilmarnock score? Let's get back onto that just for a nose. Kilmarnock is 51 minutes into the game and they're getting beaten 2-1 on aggregate. Is that you? Right, we won't get biscuits. Right. Time is it anyway? We're down to 221. People are dropping off all over the place. Penalty who? Get the Doug on. There's never a good day to stop smoking weed, says Jim. There we go. And my fire stick has stopped when it comes to the Killie game. It's not even showing the Killie game. It is showing. That's just weird. No, it's not showing the Killie game anymore. Anyway, right, I'm done and dusted for this evening. Penalty against Killie. Well, there you go. Get some Celtic headlines before we head off this evening. Paulo Bernardo returns. The Irish News are reporting Paulo Bernardo returns to Celtic on a permanent contract. He's almost invisible. Celtic confirm Paulo Bernardo signing. Portuguese star pens 5-year deal. I hear you. Give me a minute. And that is your Celtic news this evening. I can shout to you though. The dogs look at me as if saying, what are you shouting for? Lunatic. Anyway, there's been 1,368 people on the live. The site, it's all went to pot. Penalty saved. The penalty saved against Kilmarnock. Oh, aye, so there's the telly back on. Been learning Spanish for the last 3 months. Lovely language. All the best, says Mark. It is a lovely language, but it's a hard language to talk because see the language that you get taught. Nobody speaks like it. Trust me, the way the Spanish speak is nothing like they teach on any of these apps or in any class. And my Kilmarnock FC link has just stopped altogether. Anyway, Lorna gets the last word. She says, cheers, Baz. Have a great evening, troops. Liverpool have received interest from Celtic for Owen Beck, but prefers to sell rather than loan. Well, let's hope that if Liverpool want Matt O'Reilly, give us Owen Beck in return and some cash. According to Twitter. Oh, well, there we go. According to Twitter. Anyway, it's been absolutely fantastic this evening, people. Sorry I did start a little bit early because we did have some transfer breaking news and I thought, let's just jump on. I'll be even tomorrow morning. There will be a news video tomorrow morning where we'll obviously listen to the interviews for Paulo Bernardo, and then there'll be an update in the afternoon, and there could even be a live on a Friday night. Friday night's never a good night to do a live, but if I might either go live at 5 o'clock Celtic Park time, or we'll go live later on. But there will be a live at some point tomorrow because there's prediction time. No, we'll do 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock Celtic Park time, we'll do the live, and we'll do the predictions for the weekend. What we think the score will be, what we think the team will be, and how many boos the board will get after we hang up the flag. And on that note, have an absolutely fantastic evening to the Celtic fans all around the world.